I want to talk about the big lie first and foremost. So, all right, how do I even start this, right? I guess it starts with Maricopa County because this is the only county that flipped to blue from red from 2016 to 2020. And I know a lot of people, I have family that live in Maricopa County. Um, they're all Trump supporters. Everyone they know are Trump supporters. This is a very heavy red neighborhood, all right, and a red county. From what I know and understand, my personal knowledge of people that I know that actually live in Maricopa County are they voted for Trump. All right, it's very, very red there. Okay, so now they're doing an audit and they're finding discrepancies all over the place. Um, and this forensic audit could lead to something. I'm not saying that it has, because it hasn't yet. It's not over. I'm not saying one way or another, YouTube. I'm just simply stating that they're doing a deep dive into the Maricopa County. Okay, so that's making a lot of Democrats worried. And my question has always been from the get-go, why? Let us do a forensic audit. What are you afraid of? Wouldn't you want to put these people in their place? Wouldn't you want to put me in my place? Because, I mean, I think something screwy went down. I don't know for certain, but I'm going to find out once this audit takes place. And now there's talks of Pennsylvania joining the audit, Wisconsin, all these other swing states that were under contention during the election because of, the whole boop, Democrat bump, whatever you want to call it, the little bump in the night, if you will. Yeah, there's all sorts of discrepancies. And I think it's fair to prove to the American people that everything's good. Now Biden's going out and he had a speech today. He flew to Pennsylvania. Dude actually came out of the basement and got on his plane, flew to Pennsylvania to have some major speech about how Republicans are trying to take the right to vote away or some sort of craziness because the integrity, I don't know if it's the Integrity Act, what the Republicans are trying to do. They're trying to make it easier to have a little bit more window to go and vote so you don't have to do a mail-in vote. And you need an ID also, which for some reason Kamala Harris thinks so little of people in rural communities that they can't figure out how to, I guess she at least thinks they can get IDs, but they can't Xerox their ID. Do you know what this is? You know what this is? This is a phone. You know what you can do with this phone? With most phones nowadays? You could take pictures. You can take pictures of your ID and verify your ID through apps. They're phones, Kamala. People have them. They can take pictures of their IDs. Having an ID to vote should be like a no-brainer. It should be like, yeah, everyone should have an ID to vote. How is that racist? How is that suppressing the vote? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to convince people that Republicans are evil because they're trying to squash people's abilities to vote. That's a big lie. That is the big lie, okay? They're trying to say, well, all these judges and whatever, they were, they threw it all out. Okay, they threw a lot of cases out, sure, yeah, because whatever reason they were thrown out. Not all of them were thrown out, though. Pennsylvania changed laws right before the election that you can't change laws right before an election, change the way things are done in the election, and expect there not to be discrepancies. Well, they almost are like, no discrepancies, nothing to see here. And do you remember when they, threw the Republican checkers out? No, you're not allowed to see her. Or when they boarded up the windows so no one can see inside. What else did they do? Oh, all sorts of random things that are just shady. Wouldn't you want a forensic audit to just prove that it's legit? These people, I just don't understand why they wouldn't just go, you know what? Fine, let's do it. Take a forensic audit. We did a recount. All right, now do a forensic audit. Is that going to make you shut up? Then do it. What are they waiting for? Look at this. This is actually a response. So, all right, before I show you this, Biden claimed 150 people voted. It's historic. Did he mean 150 million people voted? And Trump's such a troll. Look at this. He goes, Biden just said 150 people voted in 2020 presidential election on the assumption that he meant 150 million people. And based on the fact that I got 75 million, that would mean that Biden got 75 million votes, which is 6 million less than what they say they've got. So what is this all about? Are they already conceding 6 million votes? Obviously, he's trolling Joe Biden because he said 150 people. Like, what do you mean by that? 150 million people? Because if it's 150 million people, then you didn't get 81. There's reports of more votes than ballots cast in certain counties. It's like these kind of discrepancies aren't mainstream. The mainstream media is totally avoiding all of those. It's like that's the things that I was looking at after the election that I was talking about constantly. That's what people were pissed about. That's what people showed up on the 6th for, to peacefully protest. Because I was there. I listened to Trump speak. He said, let's go peacefully have our voices heard over at the Capitol building. And then the people that were already at the Capitol building weren't sitting there listening to Trump. And sure enough, there's agent provocateurs that have basically been proven that the FBI was involved. They had informants in the crowd helping instigate. I mean, we know that the Black Lives Matter guy, whatever his name is, I don't know if he's Antifa or whatever, he's the one who was filming Ashley Babbitt actually getting shot. You can hear him instigating the cops, telling him to leave, telling him that they're going to beat him up. That was him, not Trump supporters, instigators. Anyway, I'm bouncing around here. Sure enough, Biden admin calls election integrity laws the worst challenge to our democracy since the Civil War. Seriously? Since the Civil War, the worst challenge? Making it so people need IDs? These people are delusional. They're trying to make a claim that this is the worst challenge to the democracy since the Civil War, when Union, aka Republicans, were fighting Democrats to free the slaves. That Civil War? Is that what you're talking about? Oh. Yeah, but they, of course, are trying to use another big lie that there's some sort of party switch. No, Democrats are the party of Jim Crow, the South. Yeah, these people are nuts. Psaki is, this woman, she's so condescending. Honestly, I'm so fed up with this woman and her condescension. I don't know. I know someone else that's very much like this, and I can't stand that attitude of you're better than someone else. I don't like that. No one's better than anyone else. I'm not better than anyone else. No one's better than me. We're all on an even plane. You have to prove yourself. These Democrats, it's not just Jen Psaki, it's Democrats in general. They really do act like they got a chip on their shoulder, and if you disagree with them, you're beneath them. Right? That's what they're saying, that you're beneath them. Even Kamala Harris talking about voter integrity. Oh my gosh, it's like she's sitting there slapping the people that she's saying that she's talking about. This virtuous speech that she's got about integrity, voting integrity, about, making it so that these people who probably have no access to a Xerox machine. Like, Xerox machine? Really? People have phones. They don't need Xerox machines to get their IDs to prove whatever. Don't they have public libraries all over the place? I mean, pretty much every town's got a library. Oh, you don't have a library? Well, do you have a smartphone? I mean, it is 2021. I'm not saying that everyone has a smartphone right now, but I'm pretty sure everyone can access a Xerox machine or some sort of copy machine, or most printers nowadays have scanners on them. I mean, what's that, $50? I mean, geez, They think so little of everyone else. They don't even tell the truth. I just tweeted out earlier. I'm like, look, every single act that not every bill that they're trying to put forward that has like a For the People Act, you know, the Patriot Act, the National Defense Authorization Act, or For the People Act. It's all BS. It's all to try to undermine you, me, our rights. Now we can get spied on. Now we can get lied to. What's going to be snuck into the For the People Act, huh? I have no idea. But they're trying to make it so that they can continue cheating. Even Trump, look, he came out. This is from Becker News. Let the forensic audit go. Donald Trump issues urgent message on Biden's plan to halt Pennsylvania audit. Now he gets real sassy. This is a lot of quotes from Trump. But essentially he's saying what I'm saying. What do they have to hide? Why wouldn't they want this audit to shut us up? If they audit and they're right, wouldn't that prove them right? Wouldn't that be vindicating for them? Wouldn't they want to be vindicated? Wouldn't they want to shove it in everyone's faces? The conservatives, the Q movement, the Donald Trump himself. Wouldn't they want that? Wouldn't they love that? But no, they're going, we don't have to do it. We don't have to. We know that Biden won because we believe it, or, you know, whatever. You guys are the crazy ones. You're the conspiracy theorists. Why would we need to prove it to you? Because of all the discrepancies. These people act like it is the most legitimate election ever. I don't feel like my vote matters at all anymore in America. I'm serious. It's a shame. Trump happened to win the area that I voted in, which is dope. Didn't make a difference because Maricopa County pretty much decides Arizona, which flipped blue for the first time in a long time. It was certainly red in 2016. It probably is red this time. I don't know. I don't believe it. It's pretty insane that these people are just not allowing it to happen. Like, just let it happen. And now we've got, this is from Tim Pool, Texas Democrats are illegally blocking voter integrity legislation in an effort to strip the rights of voters away because they know they can't win unless they game the system. Bam. He's right. Wait, weren't they saying the filibuster is racist or something? Or like end the filibuster? I've been hearing that a lot from the Democrats lately. And now they're straight up, the Democrats in Texas are straight up leaving Texas, flying to DC, begging Congress to force the state of Texas or pass this law that would, I don't know, make it so that Texas can't change what they want, which is you need ID, no mail-in voting. You can have extra time to go vote in person. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. What's wrong with that? Why do we need mail-in voting? We already had absentee voting in place, right? If you can't make it because of an emergency, absentee voting. That's what that's for. Mail-in voting is wrought with ways to take advantage of it. That's all I'm going to say, because nothing's proven yet. All right? One way or the other, as far as I'm concerned. I'm just waiting for someone on the Democratic side to go, you know what? Let's just do it to prove these people wrong, to shut them up, to prove that they won or didn't win, whatever. Prove it to us. A lot of people don't think that their vote matters anymore. And that's messed up. Millions of people, not just like one nutbag, but millions and millions of people. I'm one of them. I'm not calling them crazy. I'm saying that there's enough legitimate reasons for them to doubt it that we should have a forensic audit. We should audit every single election ever. Because why not?